Hi everybody, welcome to English for You. I'm Pat.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're going to be talking a little bit about writing again. You may have already seen us this month talk about a particular style of writing. Now we're going to talk about how writing can be good for you, not just in your motor skills, but in your kind of inner mind and personality. So we'll kind of think, what do you normally do to cheer yourself up? If you've had a sort of a tough day or some problem, you feel a bit down, what do you do to kind of put yourself in a good mood?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling. Maybe taking a nap or taking a shower, that can kind of make you come back feeling more energetic and more positive. Listening to music can be nice, moving your body, maybe just dancing or exercising. Those can be some good things to do. Or of course, if it's a big problem, you might talk to someone about it, and that can help too, right? Get the problems out of your mind and out there in the world by talking or maybe even writing your problems down.
I was going to, because you're a musician, do you ever kind of play music a bit to sort of de-stress?
I think it would just be the same way I would do anything else, just to do something else, to take my mind away. So I could play music or play computer games or watch a movie, just something that takes your mind off the problem.
Cooking sometimes works for me.
That can help.
Doing something that takes a while, a few ingredients, you're in the kitchen, add music to the cooking.
Right.
And and then you've got a nice meal waiting for you at the end of it.
You make your favorite comfort food at the end too,
Yeah, so that's, there are lots of different ways. Some people go for a walk outside or play with a dog. It could be anything. Just hit up some video games for a quick 15 minutes to clear things out. Today we're going to look at how writing can help with this process. So let's read through day one and learn more.
Reading.
How writing can improve your mental health. Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "Write hard and clear about what hurts." Writing may improve your mental health by increasing your level of self-awareness. Your mental health is the condition of your mind and emotions. Self-awareness is the ability to focus your attention on yourself. It helps you trust yourself and be more accepting of others. When you write, you express what you think and how you feel. Writing for yourself, such as writing in a journal, enables you to express yourself without worrying about upsetting or being judged by anyone. 3 popular types of writing are expressive writing, reflective writing, and creative writing. Expressive writing is personal and deals with how you feel. You don't need to worry about your spelling or grammar in this case. You don't even need to be concerned with the details or events of a story. The most important thing is to write what you're feeling. It can be very useful for dealing with difficult or stressful events.
So the article starts with a quote from a very famous writer. You might have heard of Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "Write hard and clear about what hurts."
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he was a manly man, wasn't he? He was kind of take on the world kind of guy. But there you go. Write hard and clear about what hurts. Be very honest about your deepest feelings, even things that hurt you in the past. Well, that is certainly going to get a lot of emotion out on the page. And as the article explains, writing may improve your mental health by increasing your level of self-awareness. Interesting. So this is, kind of talking about writing as a form of sort of therapy, helping your mind heal or helping your emotions go from sad or upset to happy and more peaceful in the same way that we talked about, talk to your friends about your problems or go for a jog and get your energy out that way. Well, writing can often give you some of those same benefits. It won't give you the exercise that jogging would give your body, but it will definitely be good for you in the mental world. Mental, this adjective means in your mind. We often talk about physical, your body, and mental, your mind. So going to the gym, that would be a physical workout. You'll test yourself and strain yourself and get stronger by the end. Learning a new language or playing a game of chess, that might be a mental workout. So that's not your muscles working, that's your mind working. So anything we talk about as being mental, we're talking about in the mind, in your thinking, in your emotions, that kind of stuff. Here's an example sentence. Tennis star Naomi Osaka has been very honest about her struggles with mental health and happiness. Yeah, that's true. She's very healthy. I don't think she's ever really hurt her body, but in her mind, she hasn't been as happy as she wants to be. So it is difficult, even for world famous tennis stars.
Yeah. And writing helps your mental health by increasing and working on your self-awareness. Your self-awareness is the understanding and knowledge about you. It's how you understand who you are. What's your personality? What are you feeling right now? What is your character? And by understanding you, why you're affected, what you can do about it, what is really the problem that's affecting you, understanding your own strengths and weaknesses. This is all self-awareness.
Interesting. So why do I feel this way? If you have good self-awareness, you'll be able to understand the feelings that you're having a little bit more. The article continues by telling us your mental health is the condition of your mind and emotions. In the same way that your physical health is the condition of your muscles and bones and organs and your body, your mental health is about your mind and your emotions. If we talk about the condition of something, either physical or mental, we're talking about how it is. We're talking about if it's bad, if it's good, if it's hurt, if it's healthy, if it's broken, if it's working perfectly, that kind of thing. As you get sick, your physical condition will get better, but then when you stay home and take your medicine and see the doctor, hopefully your condition will get better. If we're buying things, you might see something on sale in a store and think, well, it's a good price, but is the condition still as good as one that I would pay more money for? Is it broken? Is it scratched? Is it damaged in some kind of way? And, well, if you think about the weather are the conditions outside. Is it sunny? Is it rainy? Is it cold? Is it windy? How is that thing on often a scale from bad to good or unhealthy to healthy? For example, I don't think you should buy that secondhand bicycle. It's in pretty bad condition. And of course, we could say that for any secondhand thing, a guitar, a hat, a pair of shoes, or a car.
We have a bit more about self-awareness in the next sentence in the article. It says, self-awareness is the ability to focus your attention on yourself. Kind of be honest with yourself. Don't hide from your problems or your sad feelings, but focus on them, deal with them, understand them.
Okay, don't just pretend I'm fine, everything's fine, when you're really not, when you're really upset inside. And what else can self-awareness do? It helps you trust yourself and be more accepting of others. Yeah, if you feel a certain way, it's not bad, it's just the way you feel. So you have to trust yourself and trust your emotions, know yourself. That can help too. And of course, if you know yourself and understand how you think and how you feel things, you will be more accepting of others. You'll understand what they're going through and why they're feeling things because you felt the same way at another time.
So in that sentence, we saw our language in focus for today, and it's about adjectives. Adjectives often appear in the VING or the past tense forms of a verb. An ED adjective describes how you feel, bored, tired, excited. An ING adjective describes something. And we often use this with an emotional adjective. If you're accepting or accepting of something, we use the ING because that describes you. If you're concerned or concerned about something, that is an ED one because it describes how you feel. It doesn't describe you. You can follow these with a noun as well, like an interesting movie, an interesting sport, an exciting game. Or you could use a preposition, accepting of, and then you know what that thing is. Concerned about, and you know what that thing is. For example, you could say, this is a very boring book. That's a noun. I'm very excited about this movie. How you feel about something else. So these are the things we're looking at, this mental health and self-awareness, and writing helps with both.
Absolutely. And when you write, you express what you think and how you feel. Yeah, exactly. It's about letting things out. Of course, you can write about anything, but here we're talking about writing as a way of learning self-awareness and dealing with your mental health. It's good to express yourself when you have strong feelings of any kind, really, because when you express yourself, you're basically letting people know what you think or what you want to say. The most simple way to express yourself is talk. Say what you're thinking, say what you want, say what you're feeling, that kind of thing. But of course, we can also express ourselves through writing, which is kind of like talking, but then many types of art will allow you to express yourself. You can express yourself through dancing, through painting, through writing poems, through writing stories. Almost anything that you can think of that's artistic is the artist expressing themselves. They're telling the world, this is what I think, this is what I feel, this is what I want to say.
And writing is one of these options, and it's quite a good one in some ways, especially because you only have to write for yourself.
Right.
No one has to read it.
That's a good point.
As the article says, writing for yourself, such as writing a journal, enables you to express yourself without worrying about upsetting or being judged by anyone. So that's true. You might feel, oh, if I write this, what if someone sees it?
Oh, no.
It might be upsetting. So, right, when you write, you might think, oh, I'm writing this, I might upset someone. I might make them feel sad or unhappy. They might feel disappointed in what I really feel about them. That's what it means to upset someone, to do something to make them sad, unhappy, maybe even a bit angry. For example, Brandon upset his parents when they caught him in a lie. So from that sentence, Brandon probably figured out he'd be judged by his parents.
Yeah, absolutely. And notice here we're using this word judge as a verb. You guys might know it as a noun. This might be someone who gives a score to people in a contest. If you're in a dancing or a speaking contest, the judges will give you your score and pick the winner. Or, of course, a judge in a court will sit there and judge the criminal and send them to jail for a certain amount of time. But both of those situations, we could also use judge as a verb. The judge judges whether the criminal is innocent or guilty, or the judges in the competition judge that Cynthia was the best speaker, so she came first. If you judge, you're sort of giving a score. Or in this sense, we're talking about, this is what I think. I'm sort of putting a label on a person because I'm looking at what they do, I'm thinking about what they do, comparing it to good or bad things that I've seen or experienced before, and I'm saying, I think it's this. And that can be okay, right? If you're going out to a restaurant and saying, it's a good restaurant, but the desserts are too small. You're judging that restaurant. But when we judge other people, that's where it gets a little bit, a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit risky or dangerous because you don't know those people. You aren't those people. You can't get in their minds. So judging other people because of their actions can often lead to problems if you're having a relationship with that person. Here's an example. Danielle thought her friends were petty and small-minded because they often judged others on their little mistakes. You know, they're at school and this girl comes in. Oh, look, her shoes don't match her dress. She's a loser or something like that, right? It can be fun, but it can also really hurt people's feelings. It's fun if it's someone you don't know, right? If it's someone in a movie or something like that, that could be kind of fun. But if it's real people in the real world, it can lead to hurt feelings.
Okay, and you wouldn't want your writing to be judged. You don't want people to think, well, you're a terrible person if you wrote this, that kind of thing. So it's good to just write for yourself. And there are different ways we can do it. As the article says, 3 popular types of writing are expressive writing, reflective writing, and creative writing. Now, we'll deal with all these three in today and in tomorrow's article, starting with expressive writing. If something is expressive, it is full of expression. It is meaningful. Think of the word we used earlier, express your feelings. You want to share them with the world. You want to take them from inside you and get them out. And this is what it means here. Expressive writing would take your real feelings and put them on the page. You'd probably use I. I feel this way. I don't like this. I hate this happening. This makes me so angry. You'd be getting your feelings out in this way, in a very expressive way that's full of that emotion, full of meaning for you. Here's another way we could say or use this word. The performers used expressive dance to tell the story of the Titanic. The dance, the way they moved, told that story. It was full of emotion, full of meaning, communicating things to the audience.
Very, very interesting. And then we also had the word reflective. Okay, reflective is an adjective, and it kind of relates to thinking about things very deeply, especially experiences you had in the past. And then you don't just go, that was interesting. No, later on, you kind of think back and kind of review your feelings. It's kind of like studying your feelings or studying events from your past and thinking about them and allowing yourself to feel things about them as well. Okay, so when we're reflective about something, we're kind of spending a bit of time, thinking about the past, thinking about what happened, and then kind of looking at it after some time has gone by and seeing, how did we feel or how do we feel now compared to back then when it happened?
Yeah, maybe looking back to think, what mistakes did I make? What did I learn? So and the third one is creative, which we'll deal with tomorrow, and it's kind of like using your imagination more.
Okay.
So we'll start with expressive writing. The article says, expressive writing is personal and deals with how you feel. Now, deals with can be used to mean like solve a problem, fix an issue, something like that. But here we're using deal with to mean to be about something. This deals with how you feel. This is about how you feel. You could say this book deals with the way people think. So this book is about the way people think. So this kind of expressive writing, as I said, you're really just putting out your feelings, your everything inside, nothing gets held back.
That's right. And because it's about your feelings, because it's about you, and because maybe you will be the only person who reads it, you're just using this to, think about your feelings. It says you don't need to worry about your spelling or grammar in this case. Yeah, if anyone's ever kept a diary or something like that, a journal, you don't have to worry about spelling and grammar. You're not giving it to a teacher. You're not hoping to print it on the internet on your blog. No, it's only for you, about you, and by you. So you don't need to worry about having perfect English, perfect grammar, or perfect spelling, or even perfect handwriting. You can make it as ugly as you want, as long as you can read it, because it's for you. And when we talk about grammar, grammar is basically the rules and the system of a language, where we put the words, what we use if we want to talk about the past or the future, that kind of thing. The thing that drives you crazy, probably in your English class, is the grammar. The other part might be the spelling of the words, which can also drive you crazy.
So we say when doing expressive writing, in this case, don't worry about spelling and grammar. We use the phrase in this case to relate to and refer to the situation we're talking about. If in this case meant a school report, you do need good spelling and correct grammar. In this case, though, for expressive writing, just for you, forget all about it. Just write and don't stop to think, was that a past tense or a present perfect one? So yeah, don't worry about making the sentences even that good. Just get your feelings there.
That's right. As the article explains, you don't even need to be concerned with the details or events of a story. You're not writing a newspaper article about what you did, so you don't have to have all the facts and all the information exactly right and things like that. As we said, this is just taking what's in your mind and putting it out on the page. It's about your feelings. It's not about the facts. It's not about being very accurate and careful with the writing.
As the article says, the most important thing is to write what you're feeling. So what do we use this kind of writing for?
Well, here's a great suggestion. It says it can be very useful for dealing with difficult or stressful events. Yes, absolutely. If you have a terrible day and something really bad happens to you and you're upset in some kind of way, writing about it afterwards is a good way of just kind of getting it out of your mind onto a page, and it can definitely help you, especially with stressful things that happen in your life. If something's stressful, well, it's full of stress. It makes you nervous and tense and worried and things like that. If you have a big exam coming up and it's really important that you get a good grade, that's very stressful. If you're going to the hospital or someone you love is sick in the hospital and they're, going to have an operation, that can be very stressful. Moving house can be stressful. Traveling long distances, getting a job, going to the job interview. If you hate the dentist, even thinking about going to the dentist, they're going to do this stuff and it's going to hurt. It's so stressful. It makes you tense and worried and nervous. You can't eat, you can't sleep. You just want it to be over. For example, after the police stopped her at the airport, Sabrina spent a stressful 20 minutes showing them what was in her suitcase. I have nothing bad in here. Why are you asking me all these questions? She was probably worried she'd go to jail for a few minutes there. Very stressful.
So that's expressive writing. We have 2 more to deal with, but those can wait till tomorrow. Right now, let's go to our For You Chat question.
You chat.
All right, well, our chat question is maybe a good way to give you guys just some simple ideas about how you could start to do some writing on your own. Remember, this is something you do for fun, for your own happiness, not something we're doing in school for homework or anything like that. So here's our question. You are asked to write 1 page on any topic, any subject. You can write about anything you want. What would you write about?
Pirates. Clearly.
Pirates?
Yep, just for fun.
Okay.
Yep, love writing about pirates. Definitely that. If it was going to be more for dealing with kind of stress or one of these kind of writing were in the article, maybe being a father. I'd just kind of write about what it's like, how I've done it the last couple of years and those kinds of issues.
Okay.
That might be more useful for me than just writing another pirate story.
So I guess writing about pirates, that would be more creative writing.
Yep.
And writing about what you've learned and how things have changed as being a father, that would be more reflective writing.
Yes. So
okay, and those are 2 things that we're going to learn about tomorrow.
Yeah, expressive writing, I wouldn't really go too much. I'd probably use a character in the creative story to express my views. That's how I would do it.
That's a good way to do it.
But that's all we got time for. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again tomorrow. For English for You, I'm Pat.
I'm Mike.
We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Take care.
Vocabulary Review. Mental. Jack had so much stress at work, it negatively affected his mental health. Condition. Before shooting the action movie, Simu had to train hard to get his body in top condition. Upset. Jill said some very rude things to Thomas, which really upset him. Judge. Yes, Sarah did some very bad things, but before you judge her, please listen to her story. Expressive. Tony's face is very expressive. Even when he's not speaking, you can see what he is feeling. Stressful. This is a stressful time for Julie. She has to take 3 exams and turn in a project this week.
智慧小补帖
Reflective. Grammar.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。 活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net